I'm going to be very brutally honest with you today, and most likely you're not going to like it. But it's the painful lesson of life. As men, we're only valued on our ability to print money. There's nothing else that matters. It doesn't matter your look. It doesn't matter your degree. It doesn't matter what you achieved in life. If you go back to level zero, the only thing that matters is your ability to pay the bills, is your ability to print money, your ability to solve problems in people's life by being useful. The reason why you're loved today, if you're being loved, is because you're able to provide a lifestyle. You're able to remove problems in someone's life, and they commit to you in exchange of your ability to provide a good lifestyle that other people around that person might not be able to provide. So this is the number one thing that most of us have to understand. It's not about how pretty you are for the boys. It's not about how tall you are. It's not about none of that. Sure, all that are surplus. But if you want commitment for long-lasting relationship, you have to have the ability to constantly provide a lifestyle. We've all been there. And if you're not able to understand that and keep that leverage, life is going to rape you from the back end. And once you understand that, your sole job for your entire life is to find a way to constantly put yourself in the chessboard of life in a position where there are opportunities that present to you based on the availability of cash that you have set aside, and deploy that cash to multiply your stash. And once you're able to do that and understand that everything that is a discount is an opportunity for you to jump in on that train, meaning when the stock market crashes at 30% or when the crypto market crashes at 70%, that is the best opportunity in your life to buy something at a discount that's been proven over the course of years, and just sit on your hands and just wait for the market to turn around. Because everything that is discounted, the demand eventually will increase. The supply is always limited of assets. And that asset that you bought while diversifying yourself in a different diversification of baskets in order to minimize the risk of the downside, you just have to sit on your hands and let the tide take you back to the top of the mountain. And this is what happens over and over again. But you only learn this through your ability to observe life, your ability to budget, your ability to be responsible, your ability to understand that every single human being that you meet, it's a selfish person. It's only self-interested in their own self, in their own survival. And once you understand that you don't even get angry anymore at betrayals or people stabbing you in the back. You just understand that human beings are human beings. And you can move forward in life so much easier by dropping things that don't serve you anymore. So for me today, the biggest lesson is to understand that every woman chooses a man based on her opportunity of survival while minimizing the effort that she has to put in order to live a good life. Meaning the dream of every woman really just to stay home, watch soap operas and dramas, and just relax and not to work. I don't think many people want kids anymore purely because the level of financial commitment that you have to have, the inability to control their future, and the amount of you giving up on a possible life that you could have is just so high that the opportunity cost is so high that the entry level, it's a number that we all have within our mind, that I have, for example, that I'm not going to have kids till I achieve that number. Purely because the level of responsibility, the level of care, the level of time that you would have to spend to guarantee that the offspring receives the best care, the best opportunity in their life, is just so substantial and requires so much energy and effort and time that you're not going to compromise on your own well-being, on your own peace, for somebody else. And this is what I see in relationships as well. Like I see this nowadays with many men. We're all sick of paying. We're all sick of paying for something that's been used and abused, and that we have to fix, rescue, recover, rebuild. Like we're all so sick of that. And it's just the society that we live in. And most of the men that I talk to, we have come to an acceptance that this is the game, and we're just removing ourselves from the game because entirely of dating, of committing, of long-lasting intimate relationship, purely because we choose peace over hardship. We choose tranquility and financial freedom and stability over the need that we need to prove ourselves worth every single day. And this happens regardless of who you talk to. The story is always the same. What is good today that you provide is not good tomorrow. As men, what we give today, tomorrow has been considered as granted, as expected. So we always have to push the boundaries to create more, to provide more, to establish more, and show our self-worth constantly in every single day in the daily marketplace. And if we don't do so, what ends up happening is that we've been seen as losers. We've been seen as people not worthy of love, people not worthy of attention, people not worthy of being a part of the society. So it's a constant fight for men, and most of us, it comes to a point where like, okay, we're going to go, before we are blue pill, meaning we were not aware of the reality of life, then we went red pill, and we got burned by the reality of life, and then some of us, me included, I am leading to the point of becoming a black pill person, which means I maximize all my stock possible, mentally, physically, healthily, with my health, spiritually, financially, but then I remove completely myself from the marketplace because all I see there is a transaction of value, of energy and time that I'm constantly giving, but what I'm receiving in return, it's most of the time is just the need, the personal need of a hug, or a walk on a beach holding hands, and maybe watch a movie together. But other than that, I truly believe women need so much more attention and so much more intimacy than us men. I don't think we as men, we need as much as women. And what ends up happening is that we remove ourselves from the equation, from the game, and we choose different places to go and live, purely because we get access to a better lifestyle that comes at a cheaper cost, that comes with more peace, that comes with less stress, that comes with less responsibility, which is more affordable, and we get access to more traditional values. And once we taste that forbidden fruit, which I believe Southeast Asia today is, which I believe South America today is, once we taste that forbidden fruit coming from the West, we're like, hey, we're tapping out. Tap out. I'm done with this. I'm going to stack as much cash as possible. I'm going to have as much as wealth as possible on the side, and then remove completely myself from that equation and move abroad, where I don't have to stress every day. I don't have someone that is demanding of my attention every day. I don't have to prove myself every day. I don't have to be raped by the system every day. So once a man has made that choice of removing themselves, there's no way back. There is absolutely no way back. So the end of the West today, I believe, is just because it's overpopulated. Resources have been pushed to the extreme. There is no more growth in the youth, and people are waking up to the reality that most of the things they've been told of are scams. Change is inevitable and constant. And if there is a solution which requires less pain and more joy and more pleasure, everyone is going to lead to that decision, regardless of their background. So the migration from the West to the East, it's what's going to happen in the next 20, 30 years. And it's going to end with the end of the West that we know. Purely because money always moves where there is the best value, regardless. And it will grow where there are the biggest of opportunities. So I think the best choice that you can make today as a man under 40s, under 35, is to completely focus on stack money on the side, make very strategical move, be extremely careful on the type of women that you date, because we all fall for the beauty. We all been sucked in that trap. And then we woke up to the reality that we cannot solve all the problems of a human being. And even the most famous and richest people in the world, they have to deal still with the same problems that we deal with. Even them, they get cheated on, they get betrayal, they got the ex-partner that take half of their belonging, and they have all their reputation most of the time being compromised on lies that they are fabricated in order to put the other person down and get as much advantage as possible financially over them. So once you understand that, you start playing the game of life in a very, very, very different way to understand that you come first. And for me, the best advice I can give today to you, whether you're a man, most likely going to be a man, or a girl, is that your number one objective is to budget. Once you understand that very simple thing of numbers and accountability and auditing, then only then you can move forward to a better place. Only then you can move forward to a place where you experience freedom, where you experience peace, where you experience abundance. Another thing that I want to say, which to me it's very true, is that for us men, we are constantly abundant when we're alone, because we don't care going to restaurants. We don't care about buying new things every day. We don't care about shopping every day. All we care is to be at peace with ourselves. All we care is stability. It's financial stability. All we care is to constantly have peace around us, because we understand what life is. It's a constant battle. It's a constant battle of competition. And once we get to a point where we don't have to battle anymore, what ends up happening is that it's not that we throw the towel. We just become better strategists. We remove ourselves from the nonsense of life. We choose to play a different game, and life gets so much better because we don't have to deal with the problem that 99% of people have to deal with. And once you understand that, then life becomes pretty much a video game where you choose where to go, when to go, what to do, whenever you want to do it or not. And you don't have to compromise yourself constantly for somebody else. The reason why most of us have a job is to pay bills that we are responsible of, that we don't really want. And once you taste the forbidden fruit, that there is an alternative to that reality, then you wake up to the understanding that you don't have to play that game anymore. And I think most women get to experience that when they date someone that it's influential, affluential, that's got money and provides a lifestyle where they don't have to worry anymore to fight every day, to go to work, to have a job, to get stuck in the traffic or spend 2 hours on a train. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is the life that I can have without the need of work. I just have to make sure I bond to the man that is able to provide this lifestyle. And because that dream can only exist most of the time if there is the man providing the lifestyle. Once you remove the man, the dream collapses on itself. So they have to jump on another opportunity that at least provides the same benefit that the one before. And this is how life works, unfortunately. But anyway, there's a conversation for another time. Stay sharp, stay strong. Love you all. See ya.